when did start again. Okay. And when exactly did your troubles begin, mister?
They began in 1907. That was the year Daddy died.
I can't believe you're still alive. You're an absolute relic, you freaking fossil.
I drink 3 lemonades a day.
That's all it takes. On today's episode of Dr. Oz, drink 3 episodes of this show a day. I saved myself there. It's another episode of the Happy Hour.
Hey!
I think it's 100, guys. It's episode 100. 154. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 plus 4 is 10. Add a 0. This is episode 100.
Yep, it's episode. Here we are again in the podcast mines. Mining our podcast.
Welcome back to an old episode.
We're just unearthing that ore. That rich, sweet podcasting for all them Patreon
I'm getting that
bucks.
runite ore. Gonna build that frickin' rune plate so I can slay the dragon. But wait, you couldn't get the rune armor until... No, I think you couldn't get... You could get some rune stuff, but you had to, slay the dragon before you got, all of it. I think that's what it was.
Are we talking about RuneScape again?
Yeah.
Oh, god damn it.
I was just recollecting, just like I'm collecting my thoughts for this episode of this show.
Hey, okay. That's good. You've done very well there. I appreciated everything you've just done. So, we are going to talk about some manga, going to talk about some anime, we're going to talk about and everything in between that as well, because we're a week before Halloween. There might be some spooky talk as well, which is always enjoyable.
Spooky talk.
Yeah, not just the regular spook. It's got the extra bit of spook on there. 1 spook extra, which is pretty damn sick. But before
Too spooky for me.
It's free. No, that didn't work. Ignore everything I've just said. It's terrible. Burn me alive. I am vacant. That's important information. Commit that to memory. Put that in your brain boxes. To my virtual left, we have the man Emil. He might be doing something.
What?
Are you doing something?
Yeah, my internet being stupid, yeah. Which means it's another episode.
And rounding out the cast is Corin. He's probably doing something as well.
I am an adult. I own stocks.
I have property.
I am an owner.
I have insurance.
I do have insurance.
I forgot to pay my hydro.
Your what?
Hydro.
I don't know what that is.
You're going to have to...
You don't have hydro bills?
Water?
Is that like a fancy... I was going to say, is that fancy way of just saying water, or...
Well, your hydro, it's like your power and stuff, too.
I mean, I guess if it's hydroelectric...
Yeah, so it's your hydro bill.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of hydroelectric dams in Kansas. I don't know if you noticed, but it's kind of flat.
Well, I have one in my backyard, so, yeah, and sometimes things are crazy like that.
Wait,
I guess.
You have one in your backyard? Why'd you have to pay the bill for it?
Oh, I don't freaking... Let's not analyze...
Let's move on. Yeah, let's move on. Okay, yeah. How was your week, man, Emil? What did you do, and what did you say?
My week was... Well, I guess it wasn't the same as normal, because technically every week is not the same. So I was doing some stuff, got some new songs up, soundcloud.com/KANTTILA. Actually, I'm halfway done my next album already. It's coming along pretty well. I think I'm pretty satisfied with it.
3 days, man.
A week or so since I wasn't happy with my last album, so I wanted to start making a better album.
So just for clarity, this one that you're halfway done with, is this the one that's after the one you weren't happy with? Or is this the one after the one that you weren't happy with? So you did another after an Angsty Bandmade mixtape drive.
After the Angsty Bandmade drive, I wrote all my next album. And now I've got into recording half of those songs.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, okay, no, yeah, okay. I know how you guys got confused there. Because Post America is my best album.
True.
easily. And then the natural order is a jumbled mess where I didn't know what I was doing, so I wanted to refocus. And
Because he doesn't have his ghostwriters on deck. For,
yeah, because I didn't have
like
someone
he did in Post America.
Yeah, no one's coming up with the Mr. Stakes there. But I need to set the stakes higher, and this album won't be better than Post America, but it'll at least be better than the natural order.
Some would say you need to raise the stakes. Alright. Oh, that one hurt.
This album actually, this is what's fun about songwriting, is that the more you do it, the more you find your voice in things, and you think, if you just, you can write to be general and write stupid lyrics like, hey, when I see you, I'm in love, and it's true. You can write shit like that doesn't mean anything, and people can listen to it and be like, hey, or you can write about things that only mean something to you, and maybe someone else will think it's kind of cool. Like, that's what I try to do,
Yeah. Like
so on this album,
napkin rings, who even
knows those kind of things?
Who knows those kind of things?
Yeah.
I just
that's what Post America was. It's an album that is about my feelings and about things that were happening. So I like to write about stuff because I hate to make songs that feel like total throwaways, stuff that's just really nothing at all. So that's what's fun about songwriting, the more you do it. Because when I started, I was like, I can't write a serious song. And then I just kept writing songs until I could write one.
I'll say, songwriting, you just kind of have to write until something good happens.
Pretty much. And a lot of songwriting is making sure the lyrics flow within the song. Because you can write some great poetry, but if you try to sing it, it might sound absolutely disgusting.
True.
So you got to make sure the lyrics flow. But you also have to make sure your lyrics aren't terrible. But,
Well, you can have terrible lyrics and still have a good sounding song. There's a lot of lyrics out there that nobody's ever fucking read before. Like, can you honestly tell me what the words to, I don't know, any Nirvana song are? Fucking crystal clear.
Yeah, there you go.
The thing with Nirvana is Cobain is very overrated as a lyricist because a lot of his lyrics don't mean anything, but people think they mean something really great. So, like, Serve the Servants doesn't have a deep meaning, but people like to look at it and think it means something better than it does.
His songs are exactly as deep as you want them to be.
That's pretty much it. If you want it to be a deep commentary, it will be. If you want it to be just like random beat poetry that works, then it's also that. But yeah, so I'm working on that, and it's coming along in a way. And so today at the store, we met another character. So he's this guy, he's wearing like a leather jacket, nice little hat with a feather on it. He's coming in, he's like 70 years old.
Looks like fucking Legend of Zorro.
Yeah, he's like 70 years old. Looks like he's been in the sun a bit, a little wrinkled, but a little plastic surgery looking. So anyways, we're talking to this guy, he's buying a harmonica for $8. And the harmonica is important. Remember the harmonica. He's buying $8 harmonica, complaining back in my day I could get a harmonica for like nothing. And now these stores want $80. Thank God for you guys. So we find out he's a street performer at like Venice Beach. And he doesn't have a job. He just freaking, what would you call it? Busking at Venice Beach. He just has like a 3-piece band. They just set up and play. He plays with the keyboardist of freaking Iron Butterfly. In Gata Davida, baby, that shit.
Mm-hmm.
He plays with the keyboardist of that and his son, and there's videos on YouTube, like, we found the proof, and he carries his CDs in his pocket. He's like, you guys want these? They're $10 a piece. And they're like brand new rap CDs with him, so we're like, what the hell? He doesn't have like a big following, but he just started talking about this. It was just so weird. Like, he's living the California dream.
He's one of them. He's one of those people.
Yeah, he's living the California dream of having no job, living on the beach, and just performing music and getting like $50 a day, maybe.
Mister, I keep my CDs on me at all times.
Yeah, oh yeah, because mixtapes, yeah. But this guy, it seems like he was a nice guy. Maybe he was on a bad trip or two in his time and still is, who knows. He's from our city, but I guess he just resides at Venice Beach permanently. It's always interesting to learn people's stories like that.
Yeah. Sounds like an interesting kind of guy. He's gone hang around the home of Hulk Hogan. Maybe he busks with him. You never know.
Well, I just like when he talked about Hollywood. He's like, yeah, all those celebrities like Jack Black. Like, that was his first go-to. I was like, but then at the end of the day, he calls up, I don't like the harmonica. Can I return it? Can you return a harmonica? Do you really think we're just going to put a harmonica back out? You know?
I mean, you took one off someone. So
well, no,
these are
brand new. These are brand new harmonicas that we saw.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I'd probably put a harmonica back out, wouldn't you?
If you're going to a pawn shop and buying a harmonica or any kind of instrument that has had
but you gotta
blown.
Yeah, well, it's a little gross, but I guess you kind of use your own caution and hope that you clean it when you buy it.
Exactly.
It was just a little novel, that guy.
Fair enough, mate.
And other than that, Body Odor 4 came out. And, I skipped number 3 because I didn't have a system to play it on at the time, but I freaking, like, Black Ops 1 and 2, the best Call of Duty games. Black Ops 2, the last, like, real golden Call of Duty game. Played the shit out of that game. I only got to, like, level 44, like, 9th prestige or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I got those diamond launchers, all kinds of gold going. It was a friggin' great game, Black Ops 2. Really liked that shit. So
it was legit Black Ops 2.
Yeah, so, World War II, played that a bit. Not a good game. Like, I never even need to touch it again. Because at the end of the day, it's really just nothing. But Black Ops 4 came out, had to buy it. So, this is why this is the worst generation of gaming, and my last generation was so much better. You guys know when you buy a game and you go home and you want to play the game?
Yeah.
Generally, yeah.
Remember iconic times?
What I want to do.
Like when Halo 4 came out and I came home, my mom was like, got it for you at Walmart. And I was like, wow, thanks, Mom. And I beat it in that night and went to school the next day.
When your mom bought me Halo 4 and got it from Walmart. I was like, bitch, it's region locked. It won't work in the UK. Dumb fuck.
And I beat it all in that night before anyone else, all my friends said. It was great. Anyway, so this game, you put it in, you got the frickin' even more than 8 hours to install the goddamn game. Already got stupid updates.
I'm gonna be a Call of Duty defender here. So you said it's going to take 8 hours for an installation. How many gigs is the installation?
A lot.
How many specifically?
I don't know, but my internet's a little slow, so that's why. But first, you get a stupid update, and then the thing is, when I woke up the next morning, I'm like, gonna play Black Ops 4. No, I can only play freaking Blackout because multiplayer didn't even download yet. And goddamn Blackout, I don't care about Battle Royale, and this is no exception. I played 2 games, and I was like, this is shit. It's probably good if you like Battle Royale. I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like running around for 5 minutes and just getting killed right away. I just want to run around. My tactic in Call of Duty, run, gun, and have fun. And that's about it. I don't need to do this stupid shit of, like, Battle Royale is just, I have no interest in it whatsoever. So I was not happy about that. Then I finally played the game.
You don't have to have an interest in it. It's all good.
Yeah. Then I finally played the game, and it's good. It's, I like it. Because, those Black Ops games are always good. There's something good. Well, I don't know about number 3 because I didn't play it. But there's always something about them, definitely,
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, of course, there's still nonsense, and actually, there's quite a bit of nonsense so far.
Black Ops multiplayer isn't as good as the normal ones. Just gonna say.
What's that?
The multiplayer isn't as good as the normal Call of Duty series, like Modern Warfare.
I don't agree with that at all.
Zombies is great.
I don't care. I don't even play zombies, so I don't care about that. But I didn't play zombies in any of the games. But
you and me are gonna fall out soon.
Yeah, just because of that.
How do you not play zombies?
Well, here's the thing. Like, who thought it was a good idea to have a riot shield that you can also shoot a gun out of? As if riot shields weren't annoying. Imagine having the shield, you can't even shoot the guy, but he could just shoot you. Like, what is this bullshit?
Like, that's something from real life, too.
Yeah, but, like, it doesn't work in the game. Well, I don't know if it's actually... That might be like one of the specialization powers, though I don't actually know. I've only used one of them because I want to play as the coolest looking character instead of the best one,
All about them aesthetics.
Yeah, play as just the cool girl with the face mask. I don't want to play as the other characters. I only want to play as one character. But I don't know. It seems all right. There's none of that nonsense like running on walls or stupid shit like that. Whatever they were doing in the other games that I didn't play.
Good, because I hated that.
The last game I played was Ghost, and Ghost was so mediocre that I didn't buy Advanced Warfare.
You didn't miss out. Advanced Warfare was better.
Oh, I know. So they got rid of that stuff. There's the sliding, which is good. I like the sliding. It's pretty fun. And again, the specializations all have their different things. Like I don't remember what the one I play as is, but she has like the tac insert and some revolver or whatever. And the tac insert's pretty useless if you play like Team Deathmatch. But I don't like the additional bullshit. Like Black Ops was the best because it was just like I just like the simple Call of Duty stuff, you know. You get your kill streaks and then you just get your guns and you just go boom boom, you know.
Yeah.
I don't like all the added stuff because it just kind of like takes away from what's really fun about the game, which is just getting that thrill when you're running around, you get in the zone, you know. Because that's what's best for me is to just friggin' run and gun, have fun, like I said, you know. But I don't know. I think it's because it has like that pick 10 that they had in Black Ops 2, which was pretty good. But it's like, how is it that games these days are having like way less than they did before? You know, it's like everything just feels like less and less. You know.
Well, you see, they make them come out every single year, and there's not enough time for the producers to make, or they should say the game developers, the producers to make you the money. The game developers don't have enough time to actually make the game, and the high fidelity graphics. Also, they're actually making these things like 3 years in advance, and they don't know what's going to come. And then there's new technology problems that they haven't foreseen. And there's like a whole lot of reasons why games appear to be less good, but they're not actually less good. It's just your perceptions that have changed.
I don't know. I just thought it was kind of lame that they put old maps in the game. I mean, sure, I love playing on Firing Range, Summit, Slums, and stuff, but why not just make some good new maps? Like, some of the new maps have already blended in with each other, where I'm kind of like playing one map, and I'm like, okay, now I'm going to run over to the vent. But then, wait, it's actually on a different map. It just happens to have the same design of having the base center in the middle, and just stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, I think they've run out of ideas. I think Black Ops is going to probably... I mean, like, the zombies seems kind of cool for this one, admittedly.
I guess. But, like, Black Ops 1 and 2 had pretty creative maps. Like, number 1 especially. They were, like, almost all great maps in that game. And number 2 had, like, Hijack and shit like that. That was really cool. And this one, again, I'm going to like this game. I'm going to play this game a lot. I've already played it for 15 hours, which is more than I've played of, like, basically every game I've played on the PS4. Except for World War II, which, again, wasn't even that good anyway.
I'll say, I gave up on multiplayer of Call of Duty games after Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I guess I'd do it. But, again, the multiplayer, it still gives you what I want out of it. Again, you know, I'm pretty simple. Like, right now, I'm playing Doom because I have no other option, because... God damn it, this is why it's the worst gaming generation. Again, when I sit down to come home, like, okay, I'm going to play Body Odor 4. No, I got to get an 8-hour update so I can't play it until tomorrow. It's already been out for a week and you need this freaking 8 gig update. Like, what is this shit? Like, when stuff updated before, maybe it took like 30 minutes. It didn't take hours, you know? It's maddening. It really
Maybe
is.
that's where all the extra content is that you were worried that it was missing.
Oh, not even.
I'll say, actually, wasn't Black Ops coming out in stages? Like, it wasn't coming all out at once? I thought that was a thing.
No.
I don't know, like, unless they're adding more maps. Like, Nuketown isn't in the game yet, so maybe they're adding more stuff. I don't actually know.
I thought they were adding more modes, because it didn't, like, Zombies not originally come out with it, I thought.
No, it was just when you downloaded it. It downloaded Blackout first, and so you can play that while the other stuff is downloading.
Okay.
Yeah, because this is just like a patch, basically, but it's 8 gigs.
That's a fairly sizable plaster.
But you know how games like this go. They come out and then they adjust stuff, and then the game becomes better to play afterwards. So
yeah, I mean, you know, it gives the developers a little extra time, and like ultimately games come out sooner. They'll be rough, and people will bitch about it, but like, your games are still going to come out faster, and they'll get fixed within like a week. Relax.
True enough, but yeah. Anyways, I know Black Ops 4. I'm gonna play it a bit anyway, just because I still like it. It gives me, like I said, gives me what I want, and is already better than World War II. So that's good enough for me. At least it's a game that has color and the maps aren't all freaking brown and gray.
I'm sorry you hate natural colors.
Well, I kind of hate playing in maps that are just brown and gray.
It was World War II.
Welcome to the entire last generation of consoles. This is the worst generation. At least there is fucking color in them.
Yeah, but like Black Ops games.
You weren't there, man. You didn't play Call of Duty 2 back in the day.
No, I didn't. But I played games that had good colorful, like, the Halo games always had nice looking maps and stuff, and yeah, I know that's a different setting.
But remember how fucking bland 2 was colored? How muted everything was?
I only played the campaign in 2 and split screen with my friends, but yeah.
Still pretty muted.
Yeah, well, it didn't look good at all.
Really?
Speaking of which, how is it in Halo 2 2004 you can see your feet? And now 2 console generations later, I'm playing like all these games, like even I'm playing Doom right now and shit, and I can't see my feet. Why?
It's a choice by the developers. Also, especially in Doom, I imagine they specifically chose not to show your feet because you wouldn't have seen your feet in the old game.
I mean, I guess. And let's be clear. I'm playing Doom right now. I'm like 30 minutes in. This game's freaking great. You just run around. You goddamn, the game doesn't give you any opening cutscene. You're already smashing a demon's face into something, and you grab a gun and you start shooting shit because you're a Doom guy, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
So this game, like, again, I thought it's just a fast-paced game where you just freaking just be cool, and like hell yeah, that's the kind of game I want to play. I'd rather be playing another game that I can't play right now, but you know how it goes.
Do you feel better now you've got that off your chest now?
Oh yeah, well, just a typical little rant. Other than that, I don't have anything else to say at this present moment in my history.
Okay. Corin, have you got any tidbits from the last 7 days or however long it's been that you want to drop on us?
It's been a busy 7 days. Let's go back. Just roll back the clock. Weep, 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 weep.
I can't believe it's last week.
It is last week. Let's see what happened. I made chili. It was good. It was I made a mistake, a real rookie mistake. It was bad.
Wait, what?
I made chili, and it came out fine.
You made chili and it was good, but it was also bad.
Oh, I made a mistake because in chili you want really lean beef, and I did not get really lean beef. I wasn't paying attention when I was shopping, and I just picked up bog standard ground beef chuck, which is not what you want.
Did you go to that one grocery store?
You want some meat. You don't want a guy called Chuck.
You don't want a dude named Chuck. I mean, okay, so I don't. Maybe they don't do it the same way. I assume Chuck is 80-20 lean to fat content, right? And for chili, you want something that's like at least 95.
20.
I don't know what that means.
I do.
No, 20% fat.
That's what I mean. 20%. I don't think we have. Do we have 20%?
That's what you make burgers with.
Here? Jesus.
That's what you want to make hamburgers with, dude.
I just have lean statements, I guess. I don't know. I just always buy the 5% shit.
Oh, no, dude. Like, fat is flavor as it goes. So if you want to make something with, like if you're going to make a hamburger specifically, you want Chuck, and that's why Chuck is so prevalent, I suppose, in America, because we love hamburgers.
God bless you, Chuck, you little devilish bastard.
Yeah, but where would we be as
if you're going to slow cook it, you don't want Chuck because all that fat's just going to separate and become...
Get out of here, Chuck.
Yeah, I hate you, Chuck. I never liked you.
So that was fine. It's delicious. I'm still working on adding more heat to it, so expanding my recipe. That's kind of cool. Then the work week was busy, but then I did something I didn't know if I'd ever do, and I wasn't kind of joking. I have begun buying stocks.
Oh, I thought you were joking. I just thought that was a bit at the beginning.
It was partly a bit, and it was partly not a bit.
He's the American dream.
Are you buying into new upcoming ideas and companies?
I have bought into a new company. It only showed up on the market in May. I don't know how actually old it is. No, I'm kind of fucking around with it. I just downloaded one of those apps that lets you, do it kind of yourself, right?
Yeah.
And it's neat. I put in like just $150 to play around. Just kind of see how it works.
Well,
Fair enough. It could pay off.
As far as stock stuff is not much. And like, I got a free stock too, which is just total trash, which I need to sell as soon as I can.
Here, take the stock.
Yeah. Oh, you signed up. Here's a stock. By the way, it's been losing money steadily for 5 years.
Have this stock.
It's supposed to be. It's like a random thing. So I got a Groupon stock, and it's like worth $3.
Welcome to the stock happy hour.
But I am officially like I own like 1/10 billionth of Activision.
Hey, you need to start ringing in the changes there.
Oh yeah, that should be good. I want to buy more because it has just been doing nothing but making money. You can tell when Overwatch came out. So that's fun. But I only managed to buy one because those are like $70 a stock.
Yeah,
a share, I should say.
Fuck.
So I bought a bunch of cheap ones. I bought some cheap ones for a company which I will probably take over the world called Kronos.
Yeah, that sounds like an evil company.
Yeah,
So,
Kronos Group. What Kronos Group does, it's an investment company that invests in companies that are growing marijuana in Canada.
Hey.
So it's not worth a lot, but it just like showed up. Like in May.
Wait, why am I saying A? I don't care about that.
Because Corin's going to fund the cannabis explosion.
Yeah, let's say, okay, god damn it, because on Wednesday there it got legalized, so couldn't go a couple, like 20 minutes without someone mentioning it, being all like, hey, and talking about ordering in a line and all the problems naturally encountered with all that shit, and I'm just kind of like, I don't care.
Well, you're going to have time. It's going to work itself out, and before you know it, it will be just like any other day. Back,
everyone's
jolly old
talk
Canada.
about it.
I know.
You can go to Tim's and get your weed spice latte.
The only difference, it's funny.
I would love to get a weed spice latte.
It's funny when people think that it's going to change anything.
I mean, it's not.
It's just like...
It's not going to change society in any way. It's just, if anything, it's going to...
It's going to it's going to make Canadians nicer, if anything.
It's already part of society.
It is.
Yeah.
It's just... I don't know, man.
You don't have to worry about getting pinched for it.
I don't like it at all. I hate the culture.
You don't have to like it, but it's like the same way you don't have to like people who drink, and all that. That's an entirely different argument. It's an entirely other thing if you think, it's an amoral substance that must be banned from society. But then that doesn't do anyone any good, man. Bring it in, let people pay for it, let taxes happen, It's not that dangerous. Everything, we do is dangerous, but it's not. There's certain limits there. Alcohol gets way more people killed, is the bottom line.
That's
Everyone's
fine with it.
It'll just be interesting to see how they sort shit out in the initial phases here.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It ain't going to change anything in your day to day, is it? So
it will
don't
not.
worry about it.
It's just funny if someone came in like, "Can I bring in my bong and sell it to you guys?" It's like, no, you can't.
Is it
We still have
homemade?
ginger policies.
Yeah.
But no, it's cool. I made like 53 cents yesterday, which technically I lost today, but that's how it goes.
You should. You know what you should do? You should buy into the stocks of WWE because they're going to plummet very soon if they continue with this show in Saudi Arabia. But then they'll be back on the upswing.
Their stocks are not doing well. I saw them too.
Yeah. Get on there because Fox have recently signed a $1 billion deal with them to show SmackDown. So that I have no fucking clue how the market works, but people are going to come in and carry on with them, so it's going to be fine.
See, the nice thing about it is you can kind of see what the last 5 years of any particular stock have done.
That's cool.
So you can just be like, oh hey, this is what this is kind of doing. So like it's interesting because you can like look at, say, I don't know, gold and see how it goes up and down like every 2 or 3 years. There's like these huge peaks and valleys. So like if you get in when it's low, you sell it when it's high. And you can, like, I bought some stock in just some things that have like, they just don't change like as far back as you can look on them. So it's just kind of, that's why they say you have your money in the stock market because it's kind of safe where things don't change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know all about Bitcoin. I'm a real economist.
Oh my god, Bitcoin is the funniest thing to look at on that thing.
What about
Because
Bitcoin?
you can go to the Bitcoin thing. It's right at the top. It's like the one under like cryptocurrencies. It's the only one they have under that section, and it's like Bitcoin, nothing, $10 million a share, and then it just plummets, and it loses like $50 a day. It's ridiculous. Still worth $6,000 a share. Don't get me wrong, but it is just funny.
Yeah, it would have been good to get out.
Welcome to the timeshares episode.
Yeah,
See, my plan is to wait for it to go back to like 50 cents a share and then buy a bunch and then hope there's another Bitcoin couple. But like, if I only spend like $10, hey.
I mean, it's got precedent to grow exponentially, so, you know.
It does.
You can't go far wrong with that.
Well, that's kind of why I'm interested in fucking around with, they're called penny stocks. And what they are is, there are stocks that are super, super cheap. Again, they're like worth a cent a share. So you go in there and you spend $1 and buy 100 shares, and then you watch it as you get the little live updates on the app or whatever.
Yeah.
And then it's gonna like randomly at one point like shoot up to like 50 cents, and then you sell it, and then you've multiplied that $1 into $50.
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Okay,
And I had a friend who did that in college who just made just stupid amounts of money in a day just fucking around with it. But it's so time consuming because you have to be on it like all the time.
Yeah.
Are you going to start buying, start subscribing to economic magazines?
I mean, I don't know, dude. My former boss retired at 50 because he did really good stock stuff. So I don't know, man. I feel like it's kind of just something you got to do.
It's worth the try.
And it's so easy in this day and age to try and get into the stock market. I know I probably sound exactly like a dude from the 20s right before the market crashes, but like it is pretty easy just as anybody to get into it. Like there's no barrier to entry anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Anyone can sign up on an app and use it.
Yeah, so it is very egalitarian in a way, which I like. It's still dangerous at the same time because, you know, but I think it could be ultimately if more people understood how to use it, it'd be a leveling playing field, which we could use.
That was your financial quarter of the show, everybody. So
that's Corin's financial corner.
Corin's corner. Corin's currency corner.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to call it. So I'm
going to invest in the euro. Or I'm going to wait until Brexit goes through and then buy a whole bunch of British companies up.
Yeah, do that because there's some dark times ahead. In the
dark times ahead.
Roads. Falling on some hard times, baby. You know that sound? What else? What else do you want to bring to the table, Corin? Or
I will say, you remember a few weeks ago when I ordered my Mothman DVD?
Yeah, vaguely.
I vaguely remember this. Yeah.
Breed Love, the best name in history.
Wait, I remember this now. It was like some weird website or something.
Yeah, it's like a little documentarian crew, and you have to go to their website. You can't get it on Amazon, and you have to buy their DVD off of them.
Yeah, I remember that.
Felt very like, you know, in the shit kind of, oh, you really have to go out of your way to find this stuff. But it's like, I got it, and there was nothing on the disc. Completely blank. A little disappointing.
Oh, they just gave you like a burnt CD kind of thing?
Well, no, I mean, like, it was all the packaging and everything, but there was no data on the disc. But to their credit, I emailed them, and like 2 days later, I had a new copy. So.
Oh wait, you just got literally like just a blank disc with nothing on it.
Yeah, it's like they got it, like there was a manufacturing error somewhere.
Okay, yeah.
So I think it's not like they trying to screw me over. It's like there was just a problem. But I got it and I watched it and it was very good.
I thought you meant you got it and you found out that it was really just on like a burnt disc where they just wrote the like Mothman in marker.
Oh no, and they're like they got like screen printing and everything, man.
Okay.
No, that's legit.
I'd hope so.
No, it's not like the dude on the sidewalk selling his new rap CD for $1.
Yeah.
And by selling them, he's giving it to you and you're giving him $1.
I'm buying it. I buy them shit. Well, I've only ever had one person do it. Like where you go, yo man, I'm trying to make a meme for myself. I was wondering if you know any money that you could spare to buy my CD. So I bought he's not American, although I am attributing this voice to him. So I bought
You
it.
didn't even do an American accent. It wasn't even close.
Hey yo man, I need any money you can make, man. I'm gonna make it no matter
You're
what.
just doing like vaguely a hip hop thing, yeah.
Yeah, American
I mean,
hip-hop.
at least at that point, it's not like, oh, he's just making up a story about needing gas or something.
True enough.
It's like,
if you
he's
at
least giving you a CD.
If you ask me for a quid, I'll give you a quid. I don't care. Because my theory on this with homeless people or people who ask you, if you come to the point in your life where you need to ask someone for some spare change, it's fuck all to me. But if 9 out of 10 of those people are lying, that means one of those people genuinely needed that spare change. And that's
you know what I do? You know what I do when people ask me
Hold
for money
your
on the
keys
street?
and stab them in the eyeball.
People ask me for
Run.
money. I've adapted a new strategy of shaking my head, saying nothing, and continuing to walk.
I need to feed my baby. Nothing. How's the nothing delivered? Is it like a panicky nothing? Or nothing? Nothing, man.
Wait, no, I don't. No, I literally don't say anything.
Oh, I thought you literally just walk up, shake your head and go, nothing, and just carry on walking.
Yeah, just like a right dick. No, I just keep walking, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I'm with you now, sorry, Corin, we jumped all over your segment, the post-financial quarter.
No, that's good. Yeah, I don't remember what I was talking. All right, the Mothman. Mothman DVD was good. They had some like cool CGI segments in there where they were all like black and white and stuff. Mm-hmm. It was like much higher production values than I thought I was going to get from this one random website I heard about on the internet. So
looks can be deceiving. That's good then. That's good.
Yep. It's good. Now I'm reading the Mothman Prophecies book that started the whole thing. I mean, it didn't start the whole thing though. The actual event started the whole thing, but the book was that like started the whole people knowing about Mothman thing. And it is crazy because like the dude who wrote it, John Keel, right, was a reporter who followed like paranormal shit anyways. So like he'll say some like really something that would sound like reasonable to you. He's like, now of course we all know that these certain events were just people with overactive imaginations. But as we have all learned recently, psychokinesis is a real thing. Because he wrote it in the early 70s and was likely on a lot of drugs.
Oh, yeah. That'll do it.
That'll do you. But yeah, that's good. I'm reading that before going to bed every night. That's not doing anything weird in my dreams. Definitely not.
Are you being haunted by a half-man, half-moth creature who just drums his skeletal fingers on your chest lightly as you fall into a slumber?
No, I think that's you.
It may have been me. I may have snuck in your room a few times in Kansas, but, you know. I wasn't. There was nothing untoward, so I just wanted to make sure.
That's why.
Really nice.
That's why I was so sore in the mornings.
Yeah. Aren't you glad aren't you sad you missed out, Manimal, and you didn't get to stay around? I call it Vacant's happy hour. It's my little happy nighttime hour. When everyone else is asleep. That's when it's the happiest of times.
Well, to my credit, I did last a whole hour. I might not have been conscious, but I made it through.
There you go.
Like a trooper.
I was going to say out of context, this sounds quite bad. Explicitly in the context it's in, it sounds bad. But it sounds true, so it's all good.
Worse in context, I think.
Exactly. This is one of the unique cases where context actually made it worse. But it doesn't matter, because it's all jokes, and it's all good, so it's fine.
Did you guys come here for stupid anime shit? Too bad we're talking about stocks and timeshares.
Stocks and Mothman. Stockman.
I mean, if we want to bring it around a bit, I did see if I could buy stock in Funimation. I cannot.
Well, that's something that we're going to be talking about in the news in a second. Unless you've got anything else to go with.
No, that's been my busy week.
Okay, Brill. For me, I'm not going to talk about my own week. It's been a frustrating one. I'm just going to get myself riled up again, so I'm not going to go into it. I have been playing Until Dawn because it is Halloween season, and I've had it on my PS4 for about a year and a half or something, and never even touched it. And I thought, since it's the season of spook, give it a go. And have you guys played Until Dawn yet, or at least know what it is? I'm sure.
I know what it is. I have not played it.
Okay.
I've seen a single frame of gameplay.
Fair enough. Well, hopefully that gave you enough context. It is literally just playing a horror movie out. It's like very much like Heavy Rain, or the kind of sort of interactive stories. Kind of. You basically, the controls are you walk around and press X, and then there's quick time events that you just go for. Very cliche. It's like works hard to have cliched sort of horror tropes into it, and the kind of American high school characters are all very, you've got the girl who's a bit of a bitch. She's sassy and smart, and she was the jock's boyfriend, but now she's not, and all that, the nerdy girl and pro-vegan anti-violence girl and all that. But it's good. It's quite good, actually. In terms of the horror aspect of it, it's very much jump scares more than anything. And I'm not a massive fan of jump scares. Some of them get you, admittedly. Some of them do really get you, but when you've played a couple hours at a time, like playing about 2 or 3 hours each time, and you get a bit bored of them after a while, because it's just like, oh, I can see a doorway on the right. Guess what's going to happen in a second? Oh, there we are. And some of it doesn't make sense, because we're going into spoilers as well. I get taken out of the gameplay because I'm just like, well, that doesn't make sense. That's a bit dumb. So basically, because I know horror films are all about characters making bad decisions or stupid, nonsensical decisions, and there's one where you split off and play as one of each of the individual characters at some point in the story. So, dude and his girl, jock guy and his girlfriend, his new girlfriend, go off into a cabin that's exclusive. They're all stranded on a mountain, basically. It's a mountain. Rich guys, this rich family's parents have a mansion. They own a mountain. They go off to a nice little lover's retreat so they can bang in an exclusive cabin themselves, away from the main lodge. So they fuck off. She gets abducted by something, you don't know what. He chases after them into a mine shaft. He's ran out without a coat on or anything. He's just in his little vest. He's run out and chased him into this mine, and it becomes a point where she falls through the floor, and there's a mysterious man who's running off out of the exit of the mine. So, what would you naturally do in that situation?
I mean, is it the only one exit to the mine?
Yeah. He goes, well, yeah, there is only one exit to that mine.
She goes in, so she's in the mine.
She falls through the floor. She's on an elevator or something, but it basically falls. She, out of screen, out of sight. Dude's running out of the exit, clearly leaving you. He's not fucking with you. He's going. He's out of there. Do you know what he does? He runs the fuck after him.
I mean, if it's the only exit, I guess.
Why would he go after the girl? The girl's got down.
Oh, the guy's going after him, not the girl. Okay. Yeah, I thought you were talking about the girl. Yeah,
no, sorry.
He's a dumbass.
He's literally chased through the snow, oh no, he's not barefoot, but he's got no coat or nothing in this blizzard, chased after this motherfucker, screaming the girl's name. As soon as he goes, he follows him to an abandoned mental hospital, goes in there, and he's like, right, I've got to be careful. Starts slamming shit around. He shoots the lock because he finds a gun, shoots the lock off things, like the fucking padlocks off doors and everything, making no attempt of any kind of stealth or anything. You see the maniac guy through a door, and he immediately just tries to get through the door. It's like, where's your plan? You're an idiot. Stop doing that. You're unarmed. Because he didn't even have the gun at this point. It was very, very stupid. And then it's really funny because just after that point where you've been walking around in a fucking asylum with a revolver shooting the fuck out of padlocks, you switch to another character who's on the other side of the mountain, and he's he doesn't want to break down the door of a cabin to the cable car because he's like, well, this psychopath might hear us. And it's well, the other dude doesn't give a fuck. He's in the same building as him, and he's going around no stealth. Whereas this motherfucker's on the other side of a goddamn mountain going, shh, everyone be quiet. He might hear us. But yeah, other than that, it is quite fun to play through. Still, because it's a bit unique in it. They say you should play it through multiple times, but fuck all that. It's too long to play multiple times. So.
I'll say that's one that has a lot of different endings. And, like, none of them actually good. Like, they all kind of torn out bad for your characters.
Yeah, so far, no one's died other than this guy, other than one person, but I think they have to die in the game, from what I've seen, because I was looking at the choice and, like, what's the best choice? Because I quickly Googled that one, because I was like, I really don't know which way to go. Is there a trick to this? Can we make them both survive? And they were like, no, one of them has to die. It's this guy or will always die, so... yeah, but so far everyone's alive. I'm keeping them all fucking hyped up, so it's all good. Hate quick time events so much. Goddamn fucking quick time events. Fuck you in the arse. Other than that, yeah, fuck my week. I don't want to talk about it. So, let's blitz on over into the news.
Okay, wait. Well, just when you thought it was time, you get the news.
Yes, you do.
Did you interrupt me in setting up the jingle for the jingle?
Yeah.
We're professionals.
I mean, that sums up the happy hour pretty much. So that's, to be honest, that's what we want. We want to be true to our hearts. So you mentioned Funimation earlier. I'm sure you guys have seen the news by now.
I haven't, because I don't care.
Well, it makes for a dramatic headline, but it's actually not that. Doesn't really make that much of a difference to us. Funimation and Crunchyroll, their partnership will end next month in November. So was it 2 years ago? Was it 2016? They combined together to have like a cross. They had a partnership where they would share titles, subs and dubs would be shared. Funimation was on Crunchyroll's is it VRV or whatever it is? Their like parent platform.
Yeah, something like that.
So they were on there as well. So they basically ended the partnership. From what it sounds like, from the reports that we've seen, it's because Sony are the parent company of Funimation, and they kind of want to go in a different direction. They want to really build Funimation sort of as a competitor rather than working with Crunchyroll.
Because all we need is another streaming service. That's right, guys. Just make more streaming services. It's okay. Everyone has enough money to subscribe to all of you.
For me, no, I'm happy with that, because the more streaming services, the more viable alternatives, competition will create, positive changes, I think.
The more competition theory of capitalism, but it's also the theory of I want to watch everything in the same goddamn place.
Well, yeah, which just will be like, yeah, let's go and kiss anime and watch everything instead of dividing the shows into a billion different services that I don't want to pay for.
It doesn't affect me, because my Crunchyroll, I can't get them together. I have Crunchyroll and Funimation separately, pay for both. Funimation is dubs, Crunchyroll is subs. Funimation does have some subs on there, but not many. It's mostly the dubs that I'll go on there for. So it really doesn't impact me at all. So they will lose some titles out the catalogue, so Crunchyroll will lose some, Funimation will lose some, but they have made everyone aware that any simuldubs and stuff that came out during their partnership, so most notably Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, those kind of ones that were established during that time, they will continue to be shared across the platform. So you're not going to all of a sudden miss Attack on Titan because it's going to go to Funimation or whatever. So there's no dramas there. But it'll be interesting, because it seems like if Sony are going to pump a shit ton of cash into it, maybe they'll be more aggressive with getting licenses and stuff. Maybe we'll see more shit that's done. Maybe we'll see more simuldubs, which is, I know I'm in the minority here. I know it's blasphemy for me as a
it's 2018.
Proud weeaboo.
Why would I actually watch a dub?
Because dubs are fine.
I will never watch a dub again.
You don't have to watch one. That's the beauty of it. That's the thing. You don't have to watch a dub, but most dubs are fine. Most dubs are okay. We've had this debate before. Lego's very much against it.
I'm so beyond dubs.
Anybody who labels themselves an otaku or a weeaboo, well, no one labels themselves a weeaboo, but anyone who labels themselves a proud otaku is very much against dubs, because how dare they bring English voices into Japanese animation. How dare they make it more palatable for an English-speaking audience?
How dare they make it more convenient to watch when other people are around, so they'll have no idea what's going on in the show because they just hear some alternate language and they're like, I don't know what that is. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, but I'm more suspicious if I was an outsider and heard the screechy, annoying ass voices of most Japanese girls in anime.
Not even.
I would be like, that motherfucker into kids. But
if you're watching Arrow Mongol Sensei, sure, but
I know I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it just depends, because I don't think I have the hearing range to actually be bothered by these. I really don't.
I think again, it does purely depend on the kind of show that it produces. But fuck me, my god, some of them. But that's the same with dubs. There's plenty. This is the thing. There's plenty of terrible dubs. There's plenty of good ones. Plenty of terrible subs. Plenty of good original ones. That's how it is. So yeah, it shouldn't really affect us guys. And obviously, as always, people, if you don't want to choose, well, you've always got the option of pirating. So there you go. Unless Japan is really cracking down, because I know they've said that companies
free and you get everything.
Oh, they've been cracking down forever now.
I was going to say, they can say it and say, we are really going to stop them now. This is it. This is the last straw. We're really coming down on them. But, you know, how can you really?
I mean, last I checked, by this point, you know, America was supposed to have no brown people left, but Trump hasn't done it, and I don't think Japan's going to be able to stop people on the internet.
I just like that comparison.
I'm just saying, people say crazy shit all the time that's impossible and not needed.
That's true. Speaking of not needed, Pokemon Go, they've released some new news. They are going to now have the Sinnoh region, which was from Diamond and Pearl. So all those Pokemon will be on there, if any of you still play it. Interested?
Some people definitely do. Surprising amount of people.
Yeah.
Pokemon
Do you know what's
Go.
crazy? I had to look at, because as I was just reading through the story, it just has a little byline saying Pokemon Go, which has grossed over $2.5 billion since it was launched. That's a lot of money.
It is.
Oh, sorry, not 2.5, 2.05. So a big distinction there.
2.05 billion. That's basically couch change.
Yeah. Tim, now you've got rid of that, 0.45. I ain't interested. That's fuck all, buddy. But yeah, that's fucking insane. That is.
Yeah.
Can he believe it? Can he believe it?
Can I believe it?
Finally, just a quick one, sad one, because we always got to shout out studios that are shutting down. Anime studio production, IMS files for bankruptcy. They are the people who you may know who did Data Live 2, Inari Kon, High School
Data
Fleet,
Live
and Takunomi.
With its terrible animation. Good job, guys. You couldn't even animate a band sequence in Data Live 2.
They tried their bloody hardest. So, you know, sad times for them. Hopefully, I'm sure those with their skills will hopefully fall on their feet and, you know, find other jobs.
Those without the skills to animate a band scene.
There is enough anime studios out there. I cannot imagine they're going to have trouble finding new work.
No. Well, maybe they weren't just right for animating band scenes, but maybe they'll do the sickest fucking action scene you'll ever see.
They sure didn't do that in Data Live 2. You know what they did do good in that show? That crazy scene where he gives the two twins a massage.
I guess I know where some of their people are going. Straight to the hentai mines.
Actually, no, that show got pretty crazy with the twins there. There were some pretty crazy moments.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I remember that.
Japanese creativity knows no bounds when it comes to fan service.
I'm trying to remember exactly what it was, but it was different. That was for sure.
Pardon me. I had another piece that I was going to make fun of. It was just like an article wrote for Crunchyroll, and it was 7 characters that could beat Goku. But we've got a lot to cover in terms of the
7 characters that can beat Goku, preceded by 500 comments.
It was it was probably like a comical piece, but they were like, Yami Yugi, can beat Goku without breaking a sweat.
Are we just talking about? Is this just I think this is just an ad for Jump Force.
Maybe
because Yamayugi isn't Jump Force.
I don't think it's. Well, it had Himiko Toga, the girl from the Yandere girl from My Hero Academia, and it's like she can beat Goku because he has a great fear of syringes, and she carries needles with her to, extract blood from people. So
yeah, the only thing is, I don't know if a needle can pierce Goku's skin if he really wanted it not to.
Yeah,
I feel like he just powers up and suddenly he's like invincible. I don't really know how it works. I don't know how you can get medical attention if you can't. He
blows cliffs up with his power-up. So, I mean, if you can blast a rock and incinerate it, then he'd probably withstand a needle, I'd say. I'm just saying he probably doesn't get his flu jab regularly. Or if he does, it's a massive hassle.
Get that flu jab, you freaking
get that Saiyan strength needle.
Absolute cock.
Yeah, Goku.
Can you imagine that after he met Vegeta showed up and kind of became a good guy, that Goku finally got inoculated for all this shit he probably should have at age 5?
It's like, yo, so by the way, Goku, you traveled halfway across the galaxy and brought all manner of unknown diseases.
Yeah, pretty much, right?
Earth is so sparsely populated because when Goku came down, he just infected everyone with space smallpox.
Kind of makes sense.
He's like the modern day Black Death that just came down. He just wiped every fucker out. That's why you don't. Yeah, that's why.
Kind of makes sense to me.
Capsule Corp, obviously they got their They found Capsule Corp, found the cure and sold it, and that's why they're so fucking rich, and then had all these technological advances and stuff. That's canon. Like those, I don't know how old's Goku when the show starts, 6 or something. All those years beforehand, it's just a terrible plague throughout the world, and he's just doing fine. He doesn't know the difference. Didn't know what he's done. Passed that on to his kids. He had a heart disease as well. So obviously he had Saiyan heart disease. Man, Vegeta didn't have Saiyan heart disease because he got his fucking shots. Yeah, if you are a Saiyan, get them vaccinations. Look, everyone playing. This is the PSA. Space vaccines do not cause space autism.
Just in case you didn't know.
Well, to be fair,
get your flu shots.
Oh, actually, never mind. Goku did hit his head and rapidly displayed changes of behavior. But then he wasn't vaccinated. So maybe you should vaccinate, and it'll protect against space autism. But then Goku's had a change of personality for the better. I don't know. All we know is just get a flu jab if you can. I mean, they say that, but I feel like maybe he's just a good person the whole time. He was a nice guy, Goku. I can't imagine him being a little bit of a nasty pasty, can you? I'd say if he got that bad of a knock on the head, that's just not how brain damage works, man. I mean, I got dropped on my head and I've been fine, right? I'll say.
No, you're wrong. You're all screwed up. You're completely messed and only you don't know it.
Probably. It's probably quite close to the truth, in fairness. We should probably move on.
We got some other exciting news.
Oh, have we?
No, not really. They released the first PV for the single, the next Love Live spin-off series. What the hell is it called again? Perfect Dream Project or something stupid like that.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, so it's stupid, PDP or something dumb. And they had a single, and Idol music needs to change. Idol music needs a goddamn Smells Like Teen Spirit to drop on it. And, we got Bish, we got Passcode, we got awesome alt-idol groups. And then Idol music, they keep doing the same thing every goddamn time. So they released this song, and you're like, I wonder what it's going to be. Wait, it's the same as the other songs. There just happens to be new characters who look boring. I mean, it's usually by the time you've remade something for a second time, it's you're going to lose a lot of the luster. Well, yeah, here's Love Live, original, cool. I like Love Live Sunshine more because I have more of attachment to that series. And you got characters like Yoshiko, Cannon, and Daya. And this new cast, I mean, you need time to care about them, but I don't know. It's the songs have been getting worse. The Love Live Sunshine songs weren't that good. There was the Exilia subunit that was really great and had some just fantastic, some of the best J-pop, Annie-pop I've ever heard. And then everything else was boring, and this group seems like it's no exception. But we'll see how it goes. Also, this happened in January, but do you remember how I mentioned the Gene Simmons house experience?
Yes.
So for $50,000, Gene and Ace went to a guy's house and put on a show in his living room.
But Ace was there.
Yes, for some reason. Because I guess
he was bored, I guess.
Well, no, now they're on good terms, so they can promote. They're kind of mutually promoting each other. Ace promoting his new album, Gene's promoting his Vault by being like, "Look, I'm on good terms with everyone again," you know. Vanilla Ice was at the house, which was pretty interesting because there's video of it, and it's not good. Let's just say if you pay $50,000 for Gene to come to your house, you can hear a lazy half-ass jam in your living room. I still wonder, like, if you just, took a big shit in the toilet and left it, like, what would you do? Gene's in your house for like 2 hours, It's really be quite something. You seem like a freaking casual too. But, well, you're not really a casual if you spend $50,000, actually. You're just, like, rich and stupid at that point.
I mean, I guess.
Unless it's, like, your childhood dream to have Gene in your house with Ace.
I mean, it could be. For the kind of person who has $50,000 to throw around nowadays, I definitely say that's in the realm of possibility of that being their childhood dream. Like, That's the right age group for these days.
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that because I mentioned it before, so just bringing up the app. This happened in January, but I didn't hear about it until right now. That's how behind I am on this kind of news when I stopped going on the KISS forum because it was terrible.
It is now that time that we should probably get on to talking about the full season of anime. Not timeshares, but we're going to share
your vacation in Florida.
I mean, if you wanted to buy shit in Florida right now, it's underwater.
Hell yeah.
You would probably get a lot of cheap property right now.
Welcome to Walt Disney's Water Resorts.
Just put it by the fire, dry it out, it'll be alright. But
look after yourself, Hawaii.
Let's talk about the full season. Manimal. Well, normally we skip over you. This is normally waffle time for Manimal. But
Not
I believe,
time, guys. I'm actually started to watch a series. This is rare. But
so if you want to cast your mind back to the last episode when he had an extended rant about not watching things and pretty much never seeing himself in the frame of mind to watch stuff again. He literally watched something the following day.
Sometimes you just need to blow off steam a little bit and get your emotions out there. That's the kind of guy I am. I just got to get my feelings out there, realize when I'm being silly, and move on.
Well, I'm glad it helped. What did you watch, Manimal?
So I watched the Bunny Girl show, The Rascal Does Not Something or Other About Bunny Girl Senpai. It has a stupid title that doesn't have a short form yet, so I'll just call it Bunny Girl Show, even though that only happens in like one bit of the first episode. So I was instantly like, yes, this is the kind of show that I like. Because it's that high school setting with the romance elements, and it's about finally a protagonist with a sack, which is what we need in shows. I'm sick and tired of the friggin' wimps. So it's a guy with a sack who's like, a little cheeky, a little gruff, but he cares, and he expresses it, So it's a good protagonist, and then you get the quirky, lonely girl who has some kind of issues going on, because she's like some celebrity, and then now she's at school and people don't really talk to her, and outside no one realizes she exists. Like people can't see her and stuff, and then people start forgetting about her. Like it's that kind of thing.
Wait, so she's literally invisible?
Well, to people in the school she's there, but to people outside she's not, kind of thing. So it's one of those
is it a figurative thing or is it a literal thing? Are we talking about weird magic or what?
This is one of those only in anime things where you see her, but then they walk out and people can't see her, so they're like, "What's going on?"
You're not answering my question.
What do you mean? Well, it's not. What do you mean? Well, it's not like.
I get what he means. So he is saying that it's like it's not. It is literal. Like she is literally.
Yeah, she's not like
invisible.
The freaking Invisible Man, just a bunch of freaking bandages walking around or some shit like that.
No, I mean it's a figure. Is it figurative or she is literally invisible?
People cannot see her. You can see her. The guy can see her, but nobody else can.
Literal
Yeah, so it's
invisibility.
literally invisible.
Okay, I thought we were talking about metaphors.
Oh yeah, like she's invisible, like no one pays attention to. Okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
Okay,
A former child actor, and her mom pushed it too far, so she.
That is exactly the kind of person you don't look at on the street.
Yeah, I know, but okay. So, anyways, they're doing this thing, and it has the elements. This is what I love when it's that boy meets girl, and she's got all this stuff, so they help each other, and it's nice. And there's nice moments. And the show, it moves pretty fast to get into stuff. Like episode 3, by the time it gets to episode 3, you're like, God damn, what else is this show gonna do? You know? Because it goes boom, 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 boom. But I actually found by episode 3, I actually cared about the characters and their dynamic because it's good. It's because it's that good. It's a light novel, and it's a show like this that you'll only get in anime, and you'll never get this kind of stuff in any other medium. And that existence thing reminds me of like Shakugan no Shana when Yuji had like that frickin' what was it, the Midnight Lost Child? There's some stupid name inside of him. And there's that part in number 3 where like everyone was forgetting he existed, and I almost shed tears because it was sad. But in truth, the only sad thing about Shakugan no Shana 3 was the series itself, because it sucked.
Oh.
So like the first 3 episodes were some of the most depressing things I'd have seen since, well, it's some of the most depressing stuff that's not Clannad or White Album too, I'll put it that way. But so yeah, this series is actually starting good. Like I like what it's set up because it has that nice like romance, like school. Not really, the school doesn't matter, but it's like kind of like supernatural element. They're trying to figure out like what is this? They call it like the puberty syndrome, which sounds stupid. But it's more like, you know, they're just trying to figure out the mystery, like what's happening, why is she vanishing to people, you know?
Yeah.
And it gives them a chance
Probably
to
one of those things that
it has that nice romance element that I like this kind of element because again, it's a guy with balls, which is good because I'm so sick of the stupid protagonists who are just like, ugh.
Yeah, who's like, I'll spend a whole series flirting and obviously having feelings for you, but when it comes crunch time, I won't say anything because
this guy's like I
don't want to upset people who want me to choose the other person.
Like he puts out, there's no stupid love triangle bullshit. He just puts it right out there, and I was like, yes, thank you for not setting up a stupid. Thank you for not setting up a stupid love triangle or whatever. They said they have other conflicts that they got to deal with. So I was like, finally, a series that can just set it up like this, just smack. You know, inevitably you get those love triangle elements, something like that. Even Shakugan no Shana had one of those with that stupid childhood friend character that nobody cared about. But the main focus was still about Yuji and Shana and the dynamic. That dynamic between the two characters was great. That's what made Shakugan no Shana great for me, you know? And I just like when series do this kind of stuff. So I think finally, maybe, I don't know, because who knows what happens. You never know what goes on with me. But I think I'll watch this one because I did really like the first 3 episodes, so we'll see where it goes.
Awesome. I'm glad, mate.
We're all very happy for you.
Yeah, so Bunny Girl's good. It has the theme that I like in a series like this, you know? And I hope that it keeps up and doesn't suck.
We hope it does not too.
Yes, that's
see the English is Rascal Scamp does not dream of Bunny Girl Senpai.
Yeah, something stupid like that because she's like wearing a bunny outfit in episode 1 and so far only episode 1, but it's still like
she just wear weird outfits because nobody can see her.
Well, yeah, she's just chilling in the library like no one can see me, and because she has that former model actor shit going on as well, so
I
it's
just
like
feel like being a child actor / beauty star does not necessarily translate well to of course she's sexy. She was a child actor.
Well, that's not what I necessarily.
That's some Japanese thinking.
Well, by
right
child
there.
actor, well, no, I'm not talking about freaking Home Alone shit, but yeah.
Why do you think Macaulay Culkin was sexy in Home Alone?
No,
because
when you say child actor, that's it's not what I meant.
There's a lot of child actors, but whatever. Let's get back on track.
Yeah.
Throw out one of yours, Corin.
Okay, so here's the thing. I watched like 8 shows on Sunday. Didn't mean to. It just kind of happened.
Wow, okay.
So,
oh my God.
let me just try to remember them all. So, Attack on Titan happened. It was kind of just building stuff. I forget what exactly happened. What happened in Attack on Titan this week? There was some backstory. I guess they talked to the commander dude who trained him, and we had finally got a payoff on that like one weird ass scene in episode like 3, way back when he's like, they've grown up so much, and we're all like, who the fuck are you? And then we just forget about him forever.
Yeah, I forgot he came back. The old trainer.
The old trainer dude. So he's back. I love how Sasha was still scared of him. That was fine. His dad, Aaron's dad's weird apparently. He just fucking showed up and had no memories, apparently.
Yep.
So that's a thing. And then what the fuck came next? So I'm just gonna go down my anime list and name them as they come. So
okay.
JoJo is really good. We got some backstory on Giorno this time. It doesn't make any sense because they're like, Dio's his dad. Somehow we don't fucking know. By the way,
just accept it.
He's going to be a criminal. Giorno's going to join the mob so he can get rid of the mob.
Fair enough.
It's fine. And then I didn't watch Radiant because I was like 6 shows deep at that point and realized I just don't care enough about Radiant to keep watching Radiant at this point because it's so much things. And because one of the things that I forgot about was Golden Kamuy Season 2 started.
Yeah.
That was another show I had to throw on my list. And that added to already that steep pile. And Golden Kamuy is real good. There's a weird fucking Ed Gein dude who makes skin suits out of people.
I still haven't caught the first because the first 2 episodes are out now. Still haven't, because I always want to get the new shit out the way before I go to like the second course.
Yeah.
So I still need to watch that. But
I'll say,
yeah.
There's a dude who makes skin suits. I've only seen the first episode, but Fortune Teller Lady is back. Everyone's kind of around still. It picks up right where we left off.
Oh, that's good. More Golden Kamuy is never a bad thing.
Absolutely not. And then Gridman episode 2 came out. Okay, so do me a favor. Imagine the most waifu-looking fucking anime character you can. She's the most waifu.
I know.
She is. Imagine that in the mind. All right.
Mm-hmm.
She's the supervillain of Gridman.
What?
She's even more waifu.
She makes monsters in order to kill people who she does not like.
She's
the Rika
10
girl?
times the waifu.
The waifu girl in Gridman is one with like purplish white hair and like big tits. Waifu.
Okay. Because all I've seen about Gridman, SSSSSSSSSSS Gridman,
Super Samurai Super Squad,
is people talking about a character called Rika, and pretty much it is people just going, she's got thick thighs, she's got a thick ass, she thick with a double C, and that's pretty much all I know about the show, because that's naturally what people pick up on, I guess, on Twitter. Fucking Twitter's terrible. Why do I still keep going?
I mean, Rika is the main girl. She does not have as thick thighs as the evil girl, but as it goes.
You ain't gonna have them thick thighs.
She's straight up not as thick. She does not look like she's wearing pants. I'll give her that, but she is not as thick.
She thickless. That doesn't make any sense. But yeah, is it still good? Is the main
It's still very good. There's a new dude who showed up, who's like this smelly, I don't know, more roast looking dude, I guess. And he's got like a thin suit and like 4 swords on his back. And he's just like, hey, I'm here to help you. And by the way, swords, he doesn't really explain anything. He seems to know what's going on, but like, he just shows up, like, stands in front of the computer, which they get sucked into to become Gridman. And he's just like, activates super Gridman power, and he turns into a giant robot sword. And then Gridman uses the giant robot sword, and he cuts the monster in half.
That makes sense.
And he just pops out again, he's like, it's cool. He
See you next week.
doesn't announce himself. He just shows up, and he's like, yeah, I'm here. What's up? I know what's happening. I'm not going to explain anything. Nobody's explaining anything, and it doesn't matter.
It's a trigger show, isn't it?
It is a trigger show.
That'll be why then.
It is why, and I love it. And then I watched, I'm going to try and come up with, I don't know, the Honda-san, the one with the skeleton.
Yeah,
I watched the first
Bookshop.
episode. It's really good. I kind of wish it was just, I know it's 2 bits split in half to a full episode, but I kind of wish it was just a 10-minute episode because there's so much anime on my fucking list. And that's the problem, is I'm not going to stop watching this one because it's really good. And I'm not going to stop watching Gridman or Golden Kamuy or Attack on Titan or JoJo. So that's already 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 shows, which is already more than the normal amount of shows I'm watching, and we're not even done yet.
Well, the second episode of the Honda-san one is like, it's 1 bit, then it's 2 mini episodes.
I
but
see.
They sort of, yeah.
They'll do that. Those shows do.
Yeah, so it's like, it's not always 2, because I just thought it'd be like part A, part B, but it's like part A, B, C. Well, no, and it does reveal that, because I didn't know, it is a manga. The actual person who does the manga,
is a skeleton.
Well, he was in a bookstore. Like, so the manga is literally based off just his experiences.
Because he's a skeleton.
He is a skeleton.
He's also a skeleton.
That's the secret.
I mean, it's
Spin the wheel.
They were like, what terrible things have you seen in the underworld and in the afterlife? And he's like, motherfucker, I just want to talk about bookshop. I just want to make a manga about bookshops. I don't want to hear anything about horror or anything like that. Just let me talk about my magazines.
But
and
I think
try desperately to get around copyright.
He may secretly be telling us the terrible things because everyone's wearing Halloween masks.
I like how they just refer to them as that as well.
It's pretty good. And I like how only one of them is actually the thing. Like, there's other ones that are like weird stuff. Like, there's one that has a pumpkin on their head, but they're not a pumpkin person. They just have a pumpkin on their head. Yeah,
all the others are like humans, I think.
We think they are. They seem to be.
Yeah.
But one is just clearly a skeleton all the way through. But it's fine. It's fine. And then I also watched, upon request, and I will find their name here shortly, I watched Hino Maru Zumo, which is the sumo show.
Oh, yeah.
And it's weird. It reminds me a lot, and it's probably both because they're basically taking wrestling and making it like really intense for no good reason. So it reminds me a bit of Tiger Mask, but not in the way that, because professional wrestling is straight up ridiculous just as the concept. So Tiger Mask storyline was a lot more ridiculous, but with sumo show, Hinomaru Sumo, it is just, it's sumo, so it's a bit boring, I guess, in my opinion. So the guy who asked us to review it was Sam Jace. So shout out to Sam Jace. And I'm sorry if I think your show is, it's just a bit weird. I think it definitely has potential if you're into the like sports kind of anime.
Yeah, I suppose you could always get a lot more action in a wrestling show. Or like a football show.
It's ultimately the taste. If you like sports shows, if you have any interest in like sumo wrestling, I definitely give it a shot. I just find it weird because the main character is like 15 and he is like 5 feet thick. It's ridiculous. Like the first episode, he's like, "I'm a middle schooler. I've got more muscles than Vince McMahon and another Vince McMahon put together."
Just 2 of them fuckers sandwiched.
And he's like,
sandwiched in.
He's just super muscly and super short, and it's super uncomfortable to look at. But it's like, oh, I'm going to be like one of the, I guess they in sumo, like the top sumo wrestlers are named after like famous swords, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if that's a real thing or not. But he's like, I'm going to join the sumo club at this like really shitty high school and make it into a thing. And it's like a bunch of dudes walking around in the sumo wear. I don't want to call them diapers, but you know what they look like. We all know what they look like. Yeah, if you're looking for like a sports anime wrestling show, this is probably a show to check out. Just not the one for me.
Fair.
Well done though, animation wise. I do like the animation on it.
Yeah. I mean, I was tempted to give it a watch. I mean, there is a lot on the watch list, but
It's a
we'll
lot
see.
on the watch list. So that's the 6th show I watched.
Mm-hmm.
And then on to the 7th, I caught up with Double Decker, which has completely brought me over. Because I've made a realization that it's not just about detectives in the Tiger and Bunny world. It's about a bunch of idiots who happen to be detectives in the Bunny world. Because the main character is just the biggest dumbass. Like at the beginning of the 2nd episode, he gets called into the boss's office, right? And it's like, oh, it's my first day on the job officially. And the boss is like, you're fired. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? You just hired me. He's like, I wasn't supposed to hire you in the first place. There was a mix-up. And then he's like, I'll strike a bargain with him, because it's like doing his inner monologue. I'll strike a bargain with him. And if I win, he'll have to keep me on. And it cuts to the narrator. He's like, that sounded really good in his head. But he forgot that this is a law organization and it's paid for by taxes and stuff. And you can't just do that. But he's an idiot, so he doesn't know that. And then he's like, does his spiel. And then it's like, the boss hears it, and then the narrator's like, but it's okay. And then they shake hands, and the boss is like, it's a deal, because they're both idiots. It just,
I like it.
It's really funny and really stupid. And like, they pulled this switcheroo, because the whole thing was like, he's onto the detective force, because his last partner got shot real bad, because it was like he was undercover and then they found him out, so they shot him. And like the whole thing is like they really build it like, oh no, it's so sad we won't see him around here anymore, and he was such a great guy, it's too bad. And then it's like they revealed, no, he's not dead. Why would he be dead? He's just retired to start a bar. So every once in a while we just cut back to the old partner who just started a bar. The show's
Why would he be dead after he got shot a lot of times? Who would think?
Who would think? That's ridiculous. And there's like this really like stereotypical, not moe kind of moe, but like quiet, purely like pure white color palette girl. The one.
Yeah.
And she's doing her whole thing, and like she's like alone in the room with the main character, purple hair dude. And, like, there's some baddies, and she does some, like, weird robot shit, and then she, like, kicks a bunch of ass, and then at the end of the episode, he's, like, talking to his partner, and he's like, hey, keep an eye on her. Don't tell anyone, but I think she's a robot. And his partner's like, don't worry, dude. I won't tell anyone. I'll keep an eye out, too. And then it cuts to the narrator. It's actually well known that she is a robot. It's just that Doug is kind of an asshole.
I like that style. I like when you have a narrator. It's like just...
Yeah, the narrator's job in this show is just to make fun of the show.
I'm more than happy with that. I always like that. Well, depends on the show, to be honest, but
Yeah. So that was the 7th. I feel like I'm missing one. Why am I missing one? Could I be? I don't think I am. Or am I? I don't think so. But yeah, basically the fact that I found Honda-san and Golden Kamuy came out, and I was already watching a bunch of shows, and I had to watch Sumo Show too, and I'm basically going to be watching, keeping up with Double Decker, Honda-san, Golden Kamuy, Gridman, JoJo. Is that it? Is that 5? Fuck, where am I? I don't know anymore. JoJo, Golden Kamuy, Attack on Titan, 6. I have 6 shows to watch this season, and I can't let any of them go because they're all really good. That's my problem.
That's fine. Having plenty of shows to watch is not a bad thing.
It's not necessarily, but I don't know. I like 4. I feel like after I've been sitting there for any much longer, I feel like I need to do something else. Like, I understand it's the similar thing with Manimal, but like 4 shows is a lot of shows at once.
Yeah, anything after 5, I guess, becomes a bit of an issue. I always think, personally. But then it's always good to have it. So
definitely is. But yeah, that's all shit I've watched.
Fair enough. For me then, I have watched. Let me just think now. So I watched Honda-san as well. I watched the second episode. I like it. It's a nice little one, just a palate cleanser for 10 minutes. You know, it's fast paced. There's just constant verbal. You know, it's just verbal diarrhea going over and over and over. But it's nice and fun. I like that. Can't complain. The other thing that I have watched, because I had to go back and re-listen to episode 149 or 148, whichever one it was, when we did the fall season preview, because I was like, what the fuck did I pick? What did I pick for my 5 picks? And then I realized I did the number thing, where I just picked 5 random shows. So I had to go back and listen to that and pull them all together. So I'm in the process of working through them. So I have watched Sword Art Online, Alicization, that one. So I checked that one out, and well, I'll be honest, I didn't finish the entire episode, and the reason I didn't finish the entire episode is because it was 47 fucking minutes long, and after 32 minutes, I was like, this seems to be going on for an unusual amount of time. This is definitely not me thinking it's just been 20 minutes, so I had a look, and due to time constraints, I just had to call it a day there. I don't know what's...
Hold on, are they all that long? Or are they just giving out like 2 episodes?
Yeah, I think it's just the case that it's the premiere.
Okay,
so they're just
that's
doing like
still
an extended one.
A little
it was
weird.
Yeah, definitely weird in anime, because I was just like, it feels like 20 minutes. It's definitely been longer. I need to leave very soon. And I was looking, and I was like, yep, it's been 32 minutes. Yeah, so I'm not quite... I've never finished Sword Art Online 2, so I don't quite know where they are in the story, but I don't know... I mean, I'm sure it's a continuation, but basically what happens is the first 20 minutes or so is Kirito... as a young, I don't know if it's him as the same age or him younger. He seems younger, and he's in a sort of fantasy village, like a little quaint village in a normal medieval fantasy sort of world. And he's chopping a tree down with this blonde kid, and then they have a friend called Alice who's dressed very much like Alice from Alice in Wonderland. Obviously, that's where it comes from. Clever, reference.
Clever girl.
So it's about them going to the mountain cave to get ice, because it's summer and the food the girl makes is really, really nice, but it obviously spoils because it's summer and it's hot. Food spoils.
Is this just like the 5 years or whatever they fucking spent in the first game?
I don't know. This is the thing, because he makes no mention of the previous game, so it seems to be like as if he has no memories, or it doesn't explain what it is, because they go into the mountains, they go into this cave. Kirito is he's called Kirito in it. They refer to him as Kirito. They all live in this village, and their ancestors have told them to chop this tree down. They've got to chop this tree down, and they talk in game terms like, oh, we only took 50 health off it. How much has it got? 250,000 health points. Oh, blah blah blah. They go into the mountain. They find the bones of a dragon, because Kirito's talked about a dragon. Find the blue rose sword and all this, but he can't carry it, so he just leaves it there. And they have some ice, and then they decide to walk into, because it's a forbidden taboo. It's in the taboo index if they cross into the dark territory. It's called. Alice, they get lost in the caves, come out into the dark territory, and there's a black dragon rider, a black dragon knight, and a white dragon knight fighting, and the white dragon knight is from their side, who kills the black dragon knight, and he falls to the ground in front of them and reaches out his hand, and for no reason at all, Alice very slowly steps forward and walks forward before falling over, and the tips of her fingers touch the dark land. And I hate that kind of trope, like that sort of plot device, when someone's like slowly walking into danger and no one around them is like, no, don't, or grab them. Like, make an effort to do something to stop them.
What is the movie where something like someone's about to do something like terrible or something like that, and there's another character who's just like, no, stop, don't.
Yeah, I hate that so much.
It's a GIF, and I can't remember what it's from all of a sudden.
No, don't. Oh, he's done it now. Never mind. Fuck it. He's done it. No one cares. Yeah, it's so weird. But that happens. Then they go back to the village. She is sent for execution. This white dragon person collects her, and then she drives off. He rides off as Kirito shouts a name, and then he wakes up in a weird lab. But then it's not mentioned because the next scene is that they're in the Gun Gale game where they're just having a fight against like him and all his friends are having, and the girl from season 2, Sinon, something like that. The girl with glasses.
You're not going to get an answer out of me, dude.
Green-haired sniper girl she is. People at home will know who I'm on about. They're all in Gun Gale and having a fight. And do you know what? That few minutes that fight is on is fucking great. Like, I remember the first couple episodes of that season, like season 2 of Sword Art Online, the Gun Gale one. Their gun-based combat is really fun. Like, it's really fun to watch. That's probably the highlight of Sword Art Online. The most fun I had watching it was those first couple episodes when they had, like, half the episode was basically a skirmish. It's like Call of Duty, but animated, I guess, where each one has a class and they're, whoever they need to be, and they're just having this sort of skirmish to try and kill each other. And it's great. It was good fun. It was really well animated. Really well animated. Everything looked cool. And then Kirito and Asuna run in with their lightsabers that aren't lightsabers, and they tried really hard to make them not sound like lightsabers, but they did. Like, they had to have a noise.
Legally not lightsabers.
Yeah, it's just like...
Why would you be confused? They're obviously not lightsabers. They're photon sabers.
I think it actually was called... It was either Photon Sword or Photon Saber. But I was just like, don't bring swords into it now. Because it was fun, them running and gunning and throwing grenades and someone busting in a truck with a fucking minigun on the back. It was cool shit. I like that stuff. Which has made me tempted to track down the spin-off that came out in the summer season with the bunny-eared girl. Because if it's more of that, I'm down.
Because that one didn't look too bad, I was under the impression of.
Yeah, I am down for that. Like I say, their skirmishes and stuff, it's fun. I have got a place in my heart for that kind of stuff. But then after that, this group just disappeared, and there was no setup to who they were, or they were just like, they show up and kill players after battles, but don't loot. No one knows who they are. Oh, and then Kirito was just having discussions with people, and I don't know. So then I turned it off. Well, I probably won't go back to it. But, it wasn't terrible. I was just really confused to the fuck out of this Alice thing. I don't know where it fits in with the story. I guess that must be in the last 15 minutes that I missed.
I don't know. It sounds like it might not, but again, it sounds like it's from one of the late novels where he's kind of running out of ideas.
I guess he must have amnesia, Kirito, or he's in a coma or something.
If he's just jumping between the games, maybe it's a dream sequence. Maybe it's a bunch of flashbacks that's just not really laid out well.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is, to be honest. But yeah, that was Sword Art Online that I watched, so I gave it a go. I should, by my own rules, I should give it the 3-episode run, but I'm probably not going to. The other thing that I've watched is, that I'm not going to watch again, is Uzumade. Do you guys like Uzumade?
Uzumade's the one with the rapey maid, right?
That's the one with the Lolicon maiden, which Manima linked us to a video of a promo for it, where it's actually a real-life muscle girl maid.
It's a girl in Deadlift Lolita. It just popped up in my subscription feed.
Is that an actual promo for the show? I thought that was just a fun thing.
Yeah,
it's got the promo at the end.
It just popped up, and I was like, hey, it's a girl from Deadlift Lolita. What's she doing? and it just said OPED. I didn't know if it was part of a show or anything, but
they do.
It was a cool video where she was oiled up and cooking, looking jolly, cracking carrots, ripping up meat and stuff.
It's a Japanese girl in a French maid outfit with big muscles. I have no problems about this. No compunctions whatsoever.
Yeah, I appreciated when she just tore a chicken breast.
She just ripped open that chicken breast, and
she was
I had never been harder in my life.
She had a jolly look. She had a jolly look on her face, but also a little bit of like little struggle, but also kind of like, this is nothing to me.
You know, it's not nothing. It's still chicken breast, but like you can do it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it right now.
It's a little weird. You just have a chicken breast laying around, but whatever.
She was, doing some squats and lunges as well in the video.
Ooh, I didn't get that far in. I'll have to come back to that tonight on my alone time.
It's pretty great. I didn't know it was actually attached to that series.
Yeah. Sadly, that video is way better than anything in the series. So I watched the first episode because I wanted to see how terrible it was and what it was going to be. So it was curious to me. I said this on Twitter the other day, but there was a huge outcry in Goblin Slayer because it showed, goblin rape.
Okay, now I watched that scene, and it's disturbing, but it is not half as bad as some other shit you've seen in just anime.
Exactly.
All right, it's not a good scene, but it's definitely not, oh, look how fun the goblin rape is. It's like, oh, fuck, this is a terrible, terrible thing that's happening right now.
Well, that's the thing.
I felt genuine heartache. It's
absolutely framed that way. It's framed in, this is a bad thing. These creatures are really, really bad. And a lot of people are going, look how fan servicey it is. You have a problem if you're looking at that shit and going,
it's not even that fan servicey. Like, there is some, like, it's not even like full frontal nudity, There's some like amount of nudity, but it's like half a frame of nudity. It's definitely not like, oh, look how sexy the goblin rape is. Again, it's, oh my god, this is a terrible thing is happening.
Yeah. I compare it to like, Game of Thrones, where it's like, yeah, you probably, they had some rape scenes and they were all pretty horrific, like as it's supposed to be.
I'll say, the thing about rape is that you still have sex happening.
I mean, obviously, people saying it's cheap heat and all that kind of stuff. That's a whole different discussion for another day.
It might be a cheap shot, but like, that's not what we're talking about, I guess.
Yeah. It was to just make you want the Goblin Slayer to slay them goblins, and you get some satisfaction when he does. But anyway, so on to Uzumaki. So people kicked off the fuck about this Goblin Slayer, but right, this Uzumaki, it's a comedy. And I have seen no one mentioning this whatsoever.
Because who cares about some stupid maid? Goblin Slayer is a popular series that people are going to talk. No one cares about some stupid maid show. You're going to talk about that on Twitter?
Everyone who talks about the Goblin Slayer thing is always like, context doesn't matter the way it's framed and all this kind of shit. That
context does matter, though.
But you can't, in the same breath, in the same fucking season, there's this Uzumaki, right?
Yeah, no one who complains. Everyone who complains about Goblin Slayer is an absolute casual loser who knows absolutely no shit whatsoever.
Yeah, people who are complaining about it, where's the outrage on Uzumaki? Because
no one's gonna watch it.
Listen to a fucking point that I'm trying to make, for God's sake. People will watch it. And because this is what I'm trying to get to. Right. In episode 1, she's an ex-military woman, a full-grown adult woman who walks past a house where there's a young child. She deliberately walks past the house multiple times, says this in her inner monologue, because she hopes to catch a glimpse of the child. She then wonders if she's still in the bedroom, or she still lives there. She climbs a pole to see the girl. She goes into a job center and says, I want a job where I can play with little girls or dress up little girls or something. A cute little girl is what she says, and they say, nah, fuck off. She then finds a babysitter job for this girl. She goes in. She gropes the girl. She forces the girl to take a bath with her. Hides in the bath when the girl protests, like says, no, I'm not taking a bath, you're a fucking weirdo. She then hides in the bath and is there with her. And all this crazy shit. Like, that's not comedy, really, is it? That's not funny. Like, why do people say, oh, this is fine, no?
No, I hope this show ends with her getting hauled off to jail. Because that's what it sounds like it needs to happen.
It's a stupid, fluffy-looking series.
That's the problem. Nobody's watching it because it looks like a stupid, flashy-looking series, and it's like the worst shit I've heard in a long time. I mean, it's not as bad as the Nazi rape from a couple seasons ago, but it's still pretty bad.
They say, because like she even says, there's a line in it where she goes, because this is the worst shit I've heard in a show for a while. There's a line in it where she goes, girls are most beautiful before they start to develop. I have no interest in girls who develop.
No, this is just pedophilia. It works both ways, people. Again, I don't think it's the fact that people are just ignoring it. I think it's just nobody knows it's there.
It's
okay, because I've legitimately, I have seen some outrage about this show on Tumblr explicitly. So I think it's just the difference between the Twitter and Tumblr crowds. Because I haven't seen shit about Goblin Slayer on Tumblr. I mean, again, could be part of who I follow, but you know.
How is Tumblr making more sense than
Tumblr
Twitter?
Isn't just a mad hive of SJWs, as you may expect it to be.
That is admittedly my perception of...
But the lady in the show got abs.
She has got sick abs.
Oh, she got abs.
Look, I'm all down for sick abs, but,
That's what makes it scarier, because, like, the whole point is, the guy's like, oh, she's, my daughter, the mum's not around. She's ran off every maid that there is. And she's like, oh, don't worry, I'm ex-fucking military. Like, and then she's got these sick abs, and she's got insane strength, and even the girl is like, there's no way I can outrun or beat this woman. Fucking terrifying when you think about it. She's like, oh my god, there's no way I can get out of this.
This show just sounds scary the more you talk about it.
But it's framed in like a context that it's like, haha, lol. Isn't it funny? And apparently the manga's even worse, because at least this one's not so far. I mean, granted it's one episode, but so far it wasn't like way overboard on the whole fan service. So, maybe it could be worse. I don't know.
I'll say it definitely sounds like it could be.
So I know some people have said that the manga was a bit, a bit lowly-ified. So, maybe they stay away from that. I don't know. Yeah, don't watch it. It's pretty bad. The other things that I have checked out, I'll need to have a quick look at because I'm an idiot and I don't remember. So, fuck, of course. The other thing that I've watched is Zombieland Saga, which was the one I was going to suggest to you, Manimal. So, I watched that today, and I watched 2 episodes of Zombieland Saga. Do you guys know what it is at all?
Not really.
Okay. It's I just saw the synopsis and thought it was some kind of zombie horror kind of thing. I could not have been more wrong. So it starts off where there's a nice little, moe-looking girl, idol girl, who's watching idols. She's got an application to be an idol. She's starting high school today or something, and she's so excited.
They're always starting high school today, those goddamn moe girls.
It's the most shoujo, the most, idol typical slice of life opening where she's, running out, excited, so excited, she's running out, there's all this upbeat music, she's like, I'm going now, I'm gonna pursue my dreams, blah, 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 blah. She runs out the door, and BAM! She gets hit by a truck and dies. It just hard cuts into her getting smashed.
Now you told me this, I'm not gonna watch it.
She gets hit by a truck and dies.
You told me this is the whole juice of the episode. There's no reason to watch this show now.
I feel like he just told you the first 30 seconds.
Yeah, wait, it gets better.
That's the whole juice right there.
She wakes up in a mansion. Doesn't have any clue what's going on. There are zombie girls around her. She's very confused. She runs away from all these zombies, manages to get out the mansion, and then goes to a policeman and says, please, she's in another prefecture. She doesn't know, she's not home at all. She's like, can you help me? The guy then looks to her and says, what the fuck's wrong with you? She then looks in a mirror because there's a reflection close by. and she's zombified. She's all grey, and she's got like a scar on her head and everything. He shoots her. She doesn't die, obviously. She just sort of passes out from the shock of it. And a mysterious man came and rescued her. He knocks out the policeman, and he rescues her. He's an idol producer, and he has made her. He's resurrected her. He says, "You died 10 years ago. You now
10 years,
and
yeah, Jesus. Okay.
He's like, you've woke up, which is great. You've woken up. The others haven't yet. You've come back to your senses, which is great. You're a zombie, and I'm going to make you an idol group because you need to save Saga. Saga is the prefecture that they're in, because he's like, people are forgetting about Saga, And then regional-based idols, that's a thing of the past. So we're going to bring it in to save Saga. So you guys are going to be an idol group, okay? And the manager is really funny. I love his delivery. It's so over the top. It's ridiculous. Like, he's like, okay, go, 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 go. Yeah. And he just shouts constantly. And I could imagine it'll be very annoying for some people, but I thought it was funny.
Now, the real question is, can he look down from the ceiling?
Can he look down from the ceiling?
Can he concentrate on any specific point? As you remember, what's his face from What's That Show could not actually look down. He was always staring at the ceiling for some reason.
He has sunglasses on, and he has squid in his pocket for some reason. He just feeds the zombies deep fried squid. Getting out of hand.
God, can I become a zombie? All I'll have to do is eat deep fried squid every day. That sounds great.
He is quite funny. I enjoyed him. So he sets up a concert for them. He's like, no, you'll be fine. Just go out there and show the world who you are. And they all get bundled into a van and taken to a death metal open mic night. So they're called Death Musume. And get sent onto stage. She's like, what the fuck are we going to do? He's just like, no, don't worry about it. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. So they're all booing and shit. And then, because all the zombies haven't woken up, they're all zombies, but he's like, luckily my Hollywood makeup skills are A-okay, so they all look human again.
Okay. So he's an ex-Hollywood makeup artist who's come back to Japan to Frankenstein himself, half a dozen zombie girls?
Yeah, like 8 or 9.
Okay. And now he's put on one conscious and let's say 7 unconscious girls onto a stage. Am I following you correctly?
Yes.
Oh.
Also, one of them's from, like, the Shogun era. I can't remember he said which period it is, but it's like several hundred years old as well.
Where is he getting these fresh corpses? Like,
well, she asked him.
She goes, fresh.
She goes, how did you make me a zombie? And he's like, a bit of this, a bit of that, you're a zombie. Why does it matter? And she's like, well, you need to tell me how am I like alive? How am I moving? And he's like, you're a zombie. And it's just,
a bit of this,
I liked
a bit of that, and you're a zombie.
He's like, does it really matter? Have you not seen movies before? Do you not know what a zombie is? And she's like, well, yeah, I've seen movies, but And he's like, well, there you go then, there's a zombie.
I think that's the episode title. A bit of this, a bit of that, and you're a zombie.
And then they have this stupid performance, like they all go mental, zombies obviously, and then they end up, because zombies moan, one of them accidentally sort of just starts moaning into the microphone and it sounds like a death scream, and all the people love it, and then because one's trying to bite everyone in the audience, they think they're just trying to start a mosh pit instead. So all these people are just dead into this band. And because they start like rocking their heads back and forth, because obviously they're dead, their necks like keep breaking with them doing the head banging.
Oh, you lost
like
me.
the zombies.
Oh, so that doesn't sound good.
They all just think that they're head banging really intensely when they're just like rocking back and forth and their heads are just going. Second episode's fun. They all a few more of them come back to the senses, and there's like a biker queen, like the leader of a biker gang she was, so she's like the sort of gal girl. And some others like a child actor and all this kind of thing, and they end up getting into an accidental rap-off, and it's so weird hearing like voice actresses, idol actresses doing like a weird rap. It was very, very strange.
Very much like E-Ticket Productions, which was great.
It was good fun. I think you'd really enjoy it, Manimal.
I don't know. You just told me the whole thing right there. Now I know everything.
I kind of just told you the first. That's only the first episode. Now there's 3 episodes out now. It's so, like I say, so over the top and so ridiculous. Like the humor, I absolutely loved it. So I would implore you guys to check it out. You know,
sounds neat, but as we've discussed, I am so deep in.
You have a shit ton to do.
I am up to my
neck.
I was gonna find a more interesting body part. I'm up to my neck in anime.
Trouble.
I'm up to my trivias.
I'm up to the midway point of my thighs.
It's like that right even point. Like if you're standing in a pool and you feel like you should probably go a little bit more down. But if you go any more down, your genitals are gonna be in the water too, and that's gonna be real hard to get through.
Freaking rip.
Yeah, that's I think that's all I've
rip Jonathan.
Who?
Rip Jonathan.
Alas, poor Jonathan. I knew him well.
But yeah, that's all I've been watching.
Yeah, so like there's just some like hillbilly kid going to the beach for the first time. I can't wait. Oh, I'm gonna get my genitals in the water.
Got my genitals in the water.
Everyone's like, "What's that?" He's like, "It's genitals. I got my little genitals."
I got my genitals, and I call him Billy, and I call him Curtis.
My name is John.
What I call Ray.
I'm John Jimmy Johnson, and these are my genitals. My brother has his bradicals. My other brother has his frickin' maticals.
My father has his John Seniorcals.
See, this is a pretty advanced joke I was getting into right here.
Way advanced. This is at least like 3rd year of Joe College.
Oh, wait, what?
Pre-events.
Yeah. I know. I'm an advanced guy. I take the line and I destroy it and go even further.
You went a bit John Lennon then. Even further.
No, I was just doing this voice.
Oh no, Bob Dylan, not John Lennon.
Yeah, that's classic John Lennon. That's John. In my life.
Have you ever heard John Lennon speak before? I bet you haven't. That's true.
Not in real life.
I have.
They fixed him up in post real good.
Yeah.
Had to do a lot of work, but it made him sound like a human being.
Oh no, what have I just done?
Thank you.
What have you just done?
I messed up something, but it's okay. No, it's fine. Not on the show. It was like an external thing. It was the game I was playing. Fucked up. I fucked up! But it's all good. Yeah, that's all I've got for what I've watched. I want to watch a bit more on my list. I've still got Kitsune no Koe, the Catboy thing that I picked out, and Conception to check out.
Catty Lad.
Those are the I've got Catty Lad to
don't.
to get
Conception.
on.
You're going to hate that shit.
Yeah, but it was one of the random shows I picked. So
You're going to go on next episode talking about it. I can't believe they made this series.
Yeah. I said I wasn't going to watch Uzume because I was like, I know I won't enjoy it. Don't know why I'm going to go in and watch it anyway. But then I just did, and I was like, yeah, I didn't enjoy that. That's a half hour of my time that I won't get back.
Sure surprised by that. I can't believe you didn't like it. Really does shock me in my gymicals.
I am just a glutton for punishment, I guess.
Glutton for gymicals.
I don't know what these are. What are jonicals and gymicals? Stop. You're confusing me.
I'm confused.
And I don't like the words.
Oh.
I don't like what you're saying to me, but that's all we've got. That's about us done, because I think we've gone pretty long. We had the financial quarter.
It's been a long, good episode. We've been on this call for over 2 hours now.
Jesus.
I'd sure know if my internet didn't crash consistently.
You're okay. Don't you worry about that. Or will you? You can start worrying. It's up to you. You know, really, who am I to say? You can do what you want, really. But, yeah, no, we're all good. We're all good. I think it's been good. We've had some anime talk for once, which is, you know, nice. Should do this again sometime.
You know. Maybe on the anime show we'll talk about anime. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just talking crazy.
Next time we will. But that is all we've got time for. So, before we head out into the long and lonely night, I want to know if you guys have any parting shots for us.
I do not. Except to say that Halloween's coming, bros. Get ready.
Time to get spooky and time to get pooky.
Get your spook on, boys.
Wait, Pookie was the name of Takua's crab.
So what?
In Masquerade the movie, Takua had a crab called Pookie, and he went and got the Masquerade.
I've never been more confused.
I don't know what you just said.
Pookie. Don't you guys remember Pookie the crab from Masquerade the movie?
No.
I had.
Can I say no? Is no an acceptable
I had the
answer?
set. The set had wheels. It had little tubes. It had the Borat cow claws. It had little eyes.
Oh, we're talking about Bionicle. Okay.
Jowler came with his bird. And in grade 3, I let my friend borrow one of my custom masks for his Jowler mask, so I used it on my Tahu for like a few days. And when we traded again, he stole my custom frickin' what was it? It was like a Kopaka Nuva mask, and he gave me back only one, and I gave him back his Jowler mask, and he stole that one mask from me.
Oh, little shit.
I still haven't forgotten about it, so that means I still haven't forgiven him.
I wouldn't have forgiven him, to be fair.
Yeah.
You are in your rights to not forgive that absolute bass.
Absolute Bringle. That wasn't that funny.
So,
you're an absolute Bringle.
On that
bombshell.
Absolute bombshell.
That wasn't
that's killed Manimal. So,
as they say, that kills the man.
You absolute Bringle. Oh my god, that's funny, and it really isn't.
An absolute Gringle who fought Beowulf emerged from the cave.
Oh, Beowulf, my favorite CGI movie.
it was good, wasn't it?
It really wasn't that bad, honestly.
I didn't watch it.
Oh, okay.
Can we get to the weekly story yet?
Can we get to the what? Sorry. Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. No. That's all from us. Next week, the episode should be coming out on the 31st, so you'll have a little spooky treat, and we're going to do some spooky stuff, and as we always do. So enjoy that. But that's it from us. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Yeah.
There's something else coming.
Tune in next time, Bill the Bringle.
Oh, for God's sake.
My brother Bring. Bring ding ding. It's brother Bill.
Next week on the Grundle Hour.
Tune in next time for the timeshares in Florida. Brought to you by Bill Bringle.
Bill Bringle. Why don't you Bill bring us out the episode?
I sure say got some fine resorts down here on the Great Hurricane. Okay. So tune in at the end of this episode. We'll have my song. What song are we gonna put? We'll put "Get in the Robot" at the end of this episode. That's from The Natural Order from Canceled.bandcamp.com. It's not a good album, but I think this song is okay, so we're gonna put it at the end of the episode.
I guess the main question is the next song on the album just called Shinji?
You would think. But
you would think. I think maybe this is why your album was bad. This is the reason. If you just made a song called Shinji after Get in the Robot, it would have been perfect.
See, that's it, because I followed a song called Natural Order when I should have followed a song called Shinji. Oh, damn it.
Duh.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, it's Getting the Robot coming up, and now we got the weekly story. So, all right, everyone, the Chuny Chronicles continues. Wait, I got to read the last paragraph of Robert Ellis.
How you could ever remember is well beyond me.
Okay, here we go. Another day, another way to leave. The Chuny ponders at the desk. Office life. Trials have come upon her. The forest looms, and only the good visions remain. The chuny wonders, who is for me? She thinks back on prior encounters. Chinese chicken. The armpit is of long past, where desire was filled, yet fear still remained a key element. The chuny had retreated, only to return to life without the elements. Merely an existence, merely watching others with gleam, with light in their eyes, going about this and that, composing a grand image of self. The chuny cannot hide, the chuny not fake. Only the gray clouds of the sky loom in the eyes, shadowed and forever blackened of the chuny. Her blue hair, a mess, a pool like tears that never left the face and dried. Blue, is the water blue, or is it our eyes? The chuny knows this.
All it seems to be required to meet your dreams.